Welcome everyone to yet another Arabian Gallery podcast series. Today we have Almudena Angoso with us from Spain. She's a great painter. Welcome, Almudena.
Thank you very much.
Can I call you Almu? If you don't
Absolutely,
mind?
I prefer.
Thank you. So, Almu, tell us how this whole journey started.
I can say this started when I was very young. My grandma was a painter, and she taught me when I was like 5 years old the techniques of painting. No? So all my life it was a hobby for me. I never thought that it can be my profession, but it was my escape, my passion. So I was doing it all the time I could. When I was 18 years old, I decided to go for it, and I left to Barcelona to study arts.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so there I have my first artistic influence.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for 4 years studying and discovering what is this world of art and looking for my style.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I moved to the island of Menorca in Spain also.
Oh, great.
There I have my first studio, my first artistic
Wow.
studio. So I started to paint like seriously for me, to take the thing seriously as first time. Because until that moment I was doing any kind of job, doing many, to survive, doing whatever I was. Needed to survive. So, but in that moment I decided that I want to go for it for real, So there I started, and I was starting with portraits because one of my passions also was to travel. And I was traveling to many places in Asia,
Mm-hmm. How many countries so far?
where at first I moved to Singapore,
Oh, okay.
and I was living there for almost 2 years. So being there, I took the advantage, and I traveled to Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, India, Indonesia. So all these places gave me a lot of inspirations about the people, about the cultures, about everything.
Yeah.
After that, when I came back to Spain, I went as first time to Africa, which for me was one of my aims, something that was giving me a lot of power. I don't know why. And a lot of inspiration in the distance, but I needed to go there to meet the people directly. So in that moment, I went to Senegal, and I spent there almost 2 months living with the people, with the family, working with them.
Okay.
And this, of course, gave me a lot of inspiration, a lot of
Okay.
knowledge about them, a lot of energy. So when I came back to my studio in Menorca, I paint a lot, and I create my first collection based in portraits of African people.
Okay.
So in that moment, as a magical thing, some person from Africa contacted me to do my first exhibition internationally.
Okay.
And they invite me to participate in the Biennale of Art of Dakar in Senegal. So this, I can say, was the really beginning of the things, like the door of everything.
Yes. And how did you get involved into all this art, paintings?
So after this exhibition, I came back to my studio and I paint as crazy. I start to take this current of energy, and I start to move the paintings internationally. I start to participate in other countries, exhibitions, and these things.
Yeah.
And after that, 5 years after, I decided to move to Dubai
Okay.
to continue my artistic career. And I thought it was a good spot to move the paintings internationally and to also meet more cultures and to learn more things. So I came here 4 years ago. And it was a great idea because it pushed me a lot. It gave me a lot of experience, and a lot of chances to move the art as I wanted.
Okay. So as an artist, where do you draw your inspiration from?
I always say that my inspiration comes from the people. I think that all of us, we have a very deep world, our dreams, our fears, our illusions, our passions, the love, everything. So even if we have different lives and different experience, at the end we feel very similar. We have all this world inside this universe. So when I started, I want to represent this through cultures, to show all these things through different people living in many different lives, in many different countries, in many different scenarios. but to express what we are as humans, what we have in the soul inside.
Yeah.
So this was my objective from the beginning, and I started with portraits, working a lot in the gaze, in the eyes, because they are the window of the soul.
Yeah.
Whatever you are expressing in the eyes is what you have.
Yeah.
This was my beginning when I started painting about Africa, about Indian people, about everyone. Right now, my art changed a lot because with my life, I changed, so my art changed also, no? And now I can say I still talk about what we have in the soul, but I in this moment, I express more what I feel, what I'm living in my life, you know? So this is the change that I feel in my paintings, and also the techniques and all the things I use to express as better as I can all these feelings.
Okay, so Almu, you just mentioned that people are your inspiration, right? For your art, for the paintings you do. So guys, I have a great news to share with you. With your permission, please.
Absolutely.
So Almu and her husband Amar, they have welcomed a baby girl recently. Yeah, how old is she?
8 months.
Okay, so her name is
Lola.
Lola. How sweet. All right. So Almu, welcome to the motherhood.
Thank you.
So after becoming a mother, has that changed anything? You know, do you get inspiration from that, or, paintings?
Well, it's an interesting question because when this happened was unexpected. I mean, I was not planning to be a mom, and this came suddenly. So the first thing that came to my mind is, oh my God, my work, what is going to happen with the art? Will I have the time to continue with this? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
But it's very nice what happened actually, because of course for the first 8 months I was absolutely focusing on the baby. I didn't have time at all. It was super intense, as you know.
I can imagine. Yeah.
But suddenly, recently, I have a very big punch of energy inside of me that I need to throw. I need to paint a lot because this girl gave me a lot of emotions, a lot of beautiful things, a lot of something that I never feel before in my life. So how not to express all these things, how not to paint better than ever even, So now I'm in this stage. After these 8 months, I'm coming back to the brushes with a lot of power, and I'm creating a new collection called Motherland.
Okay.
Motherland. And I'm painting about all this experience, about the lights and the shadows, about all what I feel, all the stages, and I think it's going to be a very interesting work.
Yes, absolutely. So if we talk about beginners, okay, so what do you think? How can they enter into the world of painting?
My advice always, at first, is to work, and to work. I mean, the things are becoming real when you move the energy, when you put really effort in the things. So when you work, you improve your technique, you improve yourself, you improve your style. This is the first step. Tell me, as human, how to not to get inspired in this life. I mean, the nature, the people, the emotions that you feel day by day. We can get inspirations from everywhere. All of us, we have things to express. So whatever is moving inside of you, you can express it, you can reflect it in many ways. I always say that art is many things. It's paintings, it's sculpture, it's photography, it's dance, it's cook, it's everything. So do it as you feel more comfortable and fly, That's what I think. So after you have a production of whatever you are doing, you don't have to be afraid of showing it, because we are always insecure of ourselves, like people is going to like it, this is not enough. No, I mean, whatever you have, someone will understand.
Stop thinking about
exactly.
All that.
Just enjoy it. Enjoy
just
it.
Express your feelings.
Exactly.
Just portray.
Do things that are real. So people will love them.
Exactly.
That's my advice. And then start with the small things. You can start showing your work in hotels, in bars, in restaurants, in small galleries. The thing is to move on, to have to get experience, to not to be afraid. So as much as you do, as much you grow up, as much as you can arrive to your dreams, you know.
So when we saw your paintings, okay, we saw people, you know, expressions, feelings. So can you tell us more about you know, your artworks? You know, what exactly makes you, or what when you thought of you know, portraying people on the canvas, what was there in your mind?
When I started, I go for portraits because, as I mentioned before, like the eyes are the window of the soul. So through the eyes, I could express a lot of emotions, a lot of them. So that's where the first stage about cultural portraits, emotions, feelings, and a lot of power in the eyes. But then I changed my style, I changed my life, I live many things. And I'm using a lot of things now together in the same paintings to express more and more. So I use oil, acrylic, collage, textures, even text that I write by myself and I paste in the painting in the background, so I can express much better than ever what I want. And now it's not only about portraits, it's about spaces, about symbols, about colors, about all of this is a language. And with all of these things, I express stories, feelings, and things that I'm living myself. Because as I mentioned before was more about the human in general, you know, the study about human, what we are, what we feel, where is all these feelings coming from. But now it's about me and my life. It's about what I'm living, you know. So there is many things. There is love stories. There is the longing of nature. You know, I wish to come back to the nature hardly. I'm living in Dubai and it's an amazing place, but I miss the nature. The fear, the illusions, the sadness sometimes, you know, the moments of depression that we all live sometimes, you know, all these things are reflected in my paintings.
Right. So what are your current plans for the region?
So my idea is to develop my career here, to continue participating in international art exhibitions, to move the art as much as I can, and also I'm painting for particulars, for clients, for commissions. But in long term, I want to come back to Spain and to have my studio there in Menorca, of course, in my favorite corner of the world, in the island. Okay. And I would love to have my own gallery to put my artworks and to show, you know, and to work there. That's my dream maybe in some years. But of course, continue moving my art everywhere. But the basement, I would love to have it there.
Okay. I would like to go back a few years. Okay. When exactly you had your first exhibition? Like when you displayed your paintings?
So the first one was in Menorca, in the island, and it was in a bar kind of bar gallery. That I was painting the African collection in that moment. It was everything about African portraits.
Okay.
And they contact me, they love it, and we put all the paintings around, and the place was very beautiful, very simple but very cozy. And
how was the response?
It was very nice, because a lot of people came, and as I told you, you never know how it's going to be the response, and you feel insecure. Yeah, but no, it gave me a lot of good feedbacks and motivation. And as I said, as much as you do, more you grow up.
Starting from your education in art, okay, till today, how your artistic journey evolved?
A lot.
It changed.
It changed a lot. First of all, I want to say I didn't finish my art studies. Because I was feeling that this a personal appreciation. It was cutting my wings, you know. I mean, it was very nice university, and I learned a lot of things, but I couldn't. I was feeling that it was cutting my wings.
Oh, okay.
So I quit it in the third year.
Why did you
because
feel that?
It was very. Art is very, how to say, subjective, no? Very from you. So in the university, of course, you have teachers and people that want to to drive you to the things that they believe, no, or to the things that they like. And I think that in the world of art, you have to experiment by yourself, and you have to do the things that are really coming from you, not what the people think. So I quit it, and I developed my paintings in my way years after in Menorca. I lived a blog also for some years. I wasn't painting because I was kind of angry. Yeah, but then when I arrived to Menorca and I decided I want my studio here, and I unblocked this, and I start to paint only because it makes me happy. That's it. So with this idea, I continue until now.
So Almu, if you have to pick one moment, okay, that truly represents your legacy, what would be that moment?
I don't think there is a moment that represents my legacy. I think that all of them are part of my story. So all the paintings are my inner world and my life. I cannot choose just one moment in my life to represent all of them, because it's impossible. It's a story. It's a continuous and only journey. Yes.
Yes.
Only ending when you stop this journey, no? So I don't have a moment to tell you that is the title of this, no?
So what are your future plans and aspirations moving forward?
As I mentioned, my dream is to have my own gallery in Menorca one day. But my really dream is to continue painting all my life, to have this opportunity always. I mean, to have the time and the energy to continue, because for me it's my therapy, my partner of life, and it's something I want to do always, like until the end. So even if I have to do other things, of course, because life is many things, I want this close to me always.
So thank you, Almu. Any message to our viewers and art enthusiasts?
As I always say to my friends or the people I talk with, always save time in your life to do the things that you love. Even if you have to do many other things to survive, because we all have to, always take care of yourself, make you happy, so whatever it is, to walk in the nature, to paint, to dance, to cook, to whatever. Save this time for you, because this will what make us really artists of our own lives, to be happy and to develop the things that make us happy.
So do you think art nowadays is more commercialized?
Absolutely, yes.
In which sense?
Oh, well, art is a reflection of our society since the beginning, it is. And I think we are living in a moment that the fasts of the life, the social media, the information all the time coming from everywhere. So this is reflected in the art also. And there is many people doing many different things, but sometimes there is no technique, or there is no deep message. So I don't know, as you know, when you go to an exhibition, sometimes you just see I don't want to judge, but if you ask me, I have to say, for me, art is something that has a message and a technique behind, and a work and feelings. But when I see, I don't know, for example, a canvas in just with something there that, I don't know, like, for me it doesn't make sense, sorry. But in this, nowadays, it's working and people is buying it and is putting them in the homes, and it's like that. So I think it has to be like that, because we are living this moment in this era.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Almu. Thank you very much for taking out some time and sharing your wonderful journey with us. So thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. I hope you must have got some inspiration from Almu's success story. Please stay tuned for more such interesting interviews in this podcast series. Thank you again. Thanks, Almu. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you guys. Thank you so much.